Hey everyone, we wish you nothing but the best as we continue to stay at home during this pandemic. My name is Edmund. I'm here with my partners Jennifer and Cindy. We're the attorneys here at Amity Law Group. And in today's video, we wanted to share with you our thoughts about how does a living trust help our family. And we don't just want to talk about living trust being a transfer of wealth. It's so much more than transferring your money and your house to your kids at the end of the day, because what do we want our house and our money to give to our children? Maybe it's opportunity, right? Maybe you want to give them an opportunity fund to ensure that they can follow their dreams and maybe open up a business or go to college. Or we want to leave a meaningful legacy for our family where we can be remembered and honored for what we've left behind for our children as well as our grandchildren. So in today's video, we wanted to share some of the tools and features of a living trust that allows you and empowers you to provide that sense of opportunity and create that meaningful legacy for your family. And so, Jennifer, would you like to start us off?
Sure. So like Edmund said, a living trust can do a lot of different things for you. So first and foremost, you can leave your assets, leave your inheritance to anyone that you would like. It doesn't have to be your children. It doesn't have to even be a family member. You could give it to, somebody that you feel like has treated you really well during your lifetime, a good friend, a caretaker. It can go to a charity. It can even go to your pet. So we've had clients come in with the most well-behaved dog ever, sitting in our conference room, setting up a trust and leaving a certain portion to somebody who would be able to continue to take care of their trusted pet, during and throughout that pet's lifetime. So the living trust really can set things up for you no matter who you want to leave your inheritance to, be it your pet, your children, charity, best friend, caretaker. There really is no restriction. And so that's basically the first and foremost that a living trust can do for you.
Another great feature of a living trust is that you can give a percentage or you can give a specific amounts. If it's a percentage, usually if you want to leave a large amount, usually we will advise to do a percentage because you're not really quite sure how much you're going to have at the end. So you don't want to promise a large amount and not have enough. So it's going to be a big chunk of your asset, then leave a percentage. But if it's going to be something minimal, you can leave a specific amount. For example, if you want to give it to your gardener because they've been with you for 30 years of your life, and or that bright smile every Friday morning when they came to clean up your lawn. And maybe you want to give them a specific amount, like $500 or $1,000 or $5,000, something minimal as relative to your entire estate. So you don't want to give them a big percentage because they're not family or something, but you do want to show your appreciation, the fact that they did such a good job throughout their time with you. You can leave them a specific amount. So that's really helpful, where you can choose if it's going to be a percentage or a specific amount, and you can mix it. You can do a percentage for certain people, and then you can do specific amounts for certain people.
Yeah, and then another way is to make it incentive-based. So, if you believe education is something really, really important to you, and you want to make sure that your heirs, they go get a good degree, you want to motivate them so that they can make sure that they'll go to college. So you can specify, and we've had clients, a lot of them will specify if they finish a 4-year college degree, then they'll receive a certain portion of the inheritance. So it's basically to motivate your family members, motivate those people that you find you do want to leave them something, but you don't want it to just go outright to them. You want to make sure that there's some sort of incentive that it motivates them to do something. We've had clients, even customize it so in detail, even like with GPA, what type of degree, bachelor's, graduate degrees, and then, so forth. So it really is up to you how you want us to customize these distributions for you. And, it's very specific. So you can make it as specific as you want to help motivate your family members, motivate your grandchildren, motivate your children, to make sure that they attain a certain, level that you feel like is important for them, and at the same time leave some money for them. So it's a really good tool to have within the living trust.
Yeah, and another great feature is a needs-based distribution. So for example, if there's a medical emergency, you allow for a portion of the distribution to go out for these type of medical emergencies. It could also be maybe if a child had another child. So you've got grandkids and you want to be able to support the fact that there's a growing family, and it's very expensive to have children. So it could be needs-based, based on medical emergencies, based on grown children, based on basic anything that you want to make sure your heirs are supported.
Yes, and you can make it as creative as you want because there's contingency scenarios that are built into a living trust. So for example, if one of your children don't go to college, what happens to their share? You can decide how much they can receive and whether or not you want to give a portion of those assets to another child. And what if one of your children predeceases you? Who receives those assets if you don't update your living trust? So there's a lot of what if scenarios that you can pre-select and add into your living trust. So then you can decide how your wealth, how your assets can impact the people in your lives. And so at the end of the day, it really comes down to what matters most to you. What matters most when it comes to your children, when it comes to your spouse. What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? Do you want to leave some for charity? And what kind of impact do you want to leave for your family? Not just for your children, but maybe your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. And so when we design estate plans and living trusts for our clients, we talk about these things with them to make sure that the terms are aligned with their values, with their principles, and how they want to impact their family and the world. So if you have any questions when it comes to planning your estate, planning your living trust, we'd love to help. We offer free consultations. And if you also have any other questions that you want us to answer, leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer for you in our next video. All right, that's it for this one. We'll see you in the next video.